A conducting square loop of side L and resistance R moves in its plane with a uniform velocity v perpendicular to one of its sides. Right. This is a square loop having a side L. This is having a side L. Right. A magnetic induction B, constant in time and space, pointing upwards. This is not basically positive. These are crosses. That means they are showing out of the plane. Right. Now the diagram is a little wrong. So pointing perpendicular and into the plane of the paper at the loop exists everywhere with half the loop outside the field as shown in the figure. Now what is the induced EMF? This is basically a very the kind of question which is there in almost every book. Any book you take out for IIT or AIEEE, you'll find the same question in almost every book. Every institute's package must be having this kind of question, almost the same question. So we can see that the kind of paper that AIEEE is asking, it's very basic and it's very general and it's actually very easy. You just have to see the basic things, the basic concepts, and you will be able to solve the paper very easily. Now let us see how we can do it. EMF induced is given by what? Minus d phi by dt, where phi is the flux, which will be given by minus d into b dot a. Phi is b dot a by dt, right? And b is into the plane of the paper, and area we can take clockwise, that will also be 0, right? So that means this we can write it as, and since b is constant, it is b is constant, so we can take it out. This will not change. So minus b into dA by dt, right? And what is area? This area is the area of the loop which is inside the magnetic field. Let us assume this length to be x at some point of time. So this will be equal to minus b. Area will be equal to what? How much? L into x divided by dt. Now L is constant. This length will not change with time, but this x will change. That means I can take out L as well. So this will be equal to minus bl dx by dt. Dx by dt is the rate of change of this distance. That means if the loop is moving outwards, x will decrease with time. So that means dx by dt I can write it as v, and this is decreasing with time. So that means there will be a negative. That means blv. So that means this is the induced EMF, which is a very basic question. So that means we can easily tell you that the answer is D.